Have you ever looked at your dog's eyes while giving them a gentle pat and thought, this must be their happiest moment? What if I told you? You might be wrong. A groundbreaking study from Emory University scanned dogs' brains and discovered something shocking. For many dogs, a simple touch doesn't even spark the strongest joy. Instead, their brains light up like fireworks when they chase, sniff, or even curl up in their favorite spot. That means the way most of us show love is not what truly makes them feel alive. And missing this could mean you're overlooking the deepest part of your dog's happiness. Today, we're revealing 14 things your dog secretly loves more than petting. Some of them will warm your heart. Some will make you rethink everything you thought you knew. And number 7, trust me, might forever change the way you see your best friend. So let's dive in, starting with the very first secret. Number 1. Exploring new scents and environments. Picture this. You step outside with your dog, and before you've even taken 3 steps, he slams on the brakes, nose glued to the ground. You tug the leash thinking he's just stalling. But to him, that tiny crack in the sidewalk is a whole newspaper headline written in scent. Dogs don't just sniff, they read. Every tree is a message board. Every lamppost, a love letter. And here's the shocker: scientists at PennVet Working Dog Center found that a dog's sense of smell is up to 100,000 times sharper than ours. What looks like a boring patch of grass to you is for them a symphony of stories, who passed by, what mood they were in, even what they ate for breakfast. Now, here's where most owners go wrong. We rush the walk. We yank them along, believing exercise means distance. But for your dog, the true treasure isn't in miles walked, it's in seconds spent inhaling the world. Think about it. Would you rip a book out of someone's hands right at the best chapter? That's exactly what it feels like when you hurry your dog past the smells. So the next time you clip on that leash, don't just walk, wander. Let him sniff, linger, decode the invisible world. It might feel slow to you, but to him it's pure joy, deeper than any pat on the head could ever give. And if sniffing makes him this happy, wait until you see what happens when play awakens his hunting instincts. Number 2. Playing Fetch and Tug-of-War. Have you ever noticed how your dog's eyes sparkle the second you pick up a ball? It's not just excitement. It's instinct bursting awake like a fire rekindled after lying quiet too long. The moment you throw it, their body transforms muscles. Coil, paws, pound, tail whips through the air. This isn't just play. It's ancient memory. Dogs were bred to chase, to retrieve, to tug, and test their strength. When you play fetch or tug-of-war, you're not just entertaining them, you're unlocking thousands of years of survival hardwired into their blood. And science backs it up. A 2020 study from the University of Bristol showed that dogs who engaged in structured play sessions had lower stress hormones and significantly stronger bonds with their owners. Play isn't optional. It's therapy, exercise, and love wrapped into one. Think about it, your hand on a rope. His jaws locked tight, both of you pulling like warriors on opposite sides of an invisible battlefield. Then, suddenly, he lets go, tongue out, eyes, pleading for just one thing: do it again. That's his way of saying, you and me, we're alive together right now. And here's the secret. Most owners miss a tired dog. After play isn't just calm, he's fulfilled. He sleeps deeper, listens better, and loves harder. So next time you're tempted to trade playtime for a quick cuddle, remember this: your dog doesn't just want your affection, he craves your participation. But as much as they love chasing and tugging, there's another passion that can keep them busy for hours, even when you're not around. Number 3. Chewing on toys and bones. If fetch is the thunder, then chewing is the quiet storm that never ends. Watch your dog sink his teeth into a bone or a toy, and you'll see it. The trance, the rhythm, the way his jaw works, like a metronome, keeping time with his happiness. To us, it looks simple. To him, it's therapy. Scientists at the American Veterinary Dental Society discovered that chewing doesn't just keep teeth clean, it reduces cortisol, the stress hormone, and releases endorphins that calm the mind. That's why puppies gnaw endlessly when teething, and adults chew when they're restless. It's not destruction, it's medicine. Think of a bone as his version of your favorite novel. He returns to it hour after hour, turning the pages with his teeth, losing himself in the story. Every crunch is a chapter, every splinter a sentence. And when you take it away too soon, it's like ripping the book out of someone's hands mid-plot. Here's the part most owners overlook. If you don't give him the right outlet, he'll make his own. A shoe, a chair leg, the corner of the couch. It's not bad behavior. It's desperation. So give him something safe. A rubber toy, a beef bone, a dental stick. Let him chew until his eyes soften, his body unwinds, and the world grows quiet around him. Because once that need is satisfied, another hunger awakens, the one that can only be fed by open skies and the pounding rhythm of paws on earth. Number 4. Running and exercising outdoors. There's a moment every dog lives for: the snap of the leash, the creak of the door, and then the open world. His paws hit the ground, and suddenly he's not just your pet anymore, he's a wolf with wind in his fur. Running isn't exercise to him. It's freedom, it's survival, it's joy in its purest form. Researchers at the University of Helsinki found that dogs who exercised daily had significantly lower anxiety and lived longer, healthier lives. Movement floods their brain with dopamine, the same feel-good chemical we chase through laughter, music, or love. For your dog, a sprint across the park is better than any pat on the head. Picture it, the grass blurring under his paws, ears flapping like torn sails, chest heaving like a drum. In that moment, he's not counting minutes, he's tasting life. And when he slows, tongue-lolling eyes shining, what you see isn't exhaustion. It's fulfillment. Here's the trap many owners fall into, believing a fenced yard is enough. But walls can't replace wildness. Your dog doesn't crave square footage. He craves the chase, the scent on the breeze, the horizon just out of reach. So the next time you lace up, don't think of it as taking him out. Think of it as letting him return to the animal he was born to be. And yet even freedom has its limits. Because once the run is done, his heart yearns for something only another heartbeat can give. Number 5. Socializing with other dogs and people. Watch what happens the moment your dog spots another pup at the park. The tail goes up, the body quivers, and in an instant he's sprinting toward a stranger, like it's a long-lost brother. To us, it looks like chaos. To him, it's homecoming. Dogs are pack animals by design. Their ancestors survived by hunting, sleeping, and protecting each other as one. That need didn't vanish. When we brought them into our living rooms, it only changed shape. A study from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna found that dogs who regularly socialized with both humans and other dogs had lower stress markers and were far less likely to develop behavior problems. In simple words, friends make them healthier. Think of it this way. To a dog, every new wagging tail is a story waiting to be written, every stranger's hand, a chance at a new bond. And when you deny him that, when his world shrinks to only your house, you're clipping the wings of a creature born to run in flocks. So the next time you're tempted to skip the dog park, remember this: to him, it's not playtime. It's belonging. It's the heartbeat of a tribe he still carries in his blood. But if friends feed his spirit, there's something else that sparks pure ecstasy, a sound so simple it makes his whole body dance before he even tastes it. Number 6. Receiving special treats. You know that sound, the faint crackle of a treat bag. To you, it's nothing. To him, it's thunder from heaven. His ears snap up, his body jolts forward, and suddenly every ounce of focus he owns is locked on you. In that instant, you're not just his owner, you're the keeper of miracles. Dogs aren't just food lovers, they're wired for it. A study at the University of Portsmouth showed that the canine brain releases powerful waves of dopamine, the chemical of joy, the moment they anticipate food. That means even before the treat touches his tongue, his body is already flooded with happiness. A head pat can't compete with that. Think about it, every crumb is a currency, every bite a promise. When you hand him that tiny morsel, you're not just feeding his stomach, you're feeding trust. He learns. When I listen, when I wait, when I love you, reward me. Treats are more than snacks, they're bridges. But here's the danger. Give too many, or the wrong kind, and the bridge cracks. Obesity, diabetes, shortened life. What was once joy can become silent harm. That's why choosing wisely natural bites, healthy chews, is an act of love disguised as indulgence. And yet, even after the last crumb is gone and his belly is full, there's something else he craves. Not food, not play, not pats, but a sanctuary, a sacred space where his body surrenders and his soul finally rests. Number 7. Having a cozy, safe sleeping spot. Every warrior needs a castle. For your dog, that castle isn't built of stone. It's made of blankets, cushions, and the quiet corners where the world can't reach him. Watch how he circles 3 times before lying down. That's not random. It's instinct, an ancient ritual carried from wolves who once carved safety out of tall grass. Sleep to us is rest. To him, it's survival. A study from the National Institutes of Health found that dogs who sleep in secure, familiar spots show fewer signs of anxiety and behave more calmly during the day. Their heartbeat slows, their breathing deepens, and in those hours, their body repairs the hidden battles of the day. Think of his bed as a sanctuary. The soft rise of his chest, the twitch of his paws chasing dreams. This is where his trust in you is most visible. Because when a dog falls into deep sleep by your side, he is saying, "Here I am safe. Here I am home." But miss this need, force him to sleep in noisy corners on cold floors, and you chip away at that bond. Comfort isn't a luxury for him. It's love woven into every fiber of his rest. And here's the twist, as much as he cherishes stillness, his heart leaps for the opposite too. The moment you jingle your keys, he knows the world is about to move again, and nothing thrills him more than the ride that follows. Number 8. Going for car rides. You grab the keys, and before the metal even jingles twice, he's there, ears up, tail whipping like a flag in the wind. To you, it's just another errand. To him, it's an adventure, a ticket to the unknown. The moment the door clicks shut and the engine hums, his world explodes. The rush of air through the window, the carousel of scents whipping past grass, fuel, food, strangers, all layered like chapters in a book, written only for his nose. A study from the University of Lincoln revealed that dogs exposed to novel environments through car rides displayed heightened brain activity and improved emotional resilience. In simple words, the ride isn't transport, it's stimulation therapy, and joy rolled into one. Picture him leaning out, ears flattened by the wind eyes, squinting against the sun. Every tree is a blur, every mile a new frontier. For those minutes, he isn't confined, he's flying. And when you finally park, the thrill lingers. because he's learned that the journey itself is as exciting as the destination. But here's the catch. What exhilarates him can also endanger him. A loose dog in a moving car is a heartbeat away from disaster. That's why a harness or carrier isn't a prison, it's a parachute. Love means letting him fly, but safely. And as much as the road sets his spirit on fire, there's another game waiting back home. One that awakens his hunter's mind, sharpens his instincts, and turns even your living room into a wilderness. Number 9. Playing hide-and-seek or scent. Games. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. You slip a treat beneath a cup, step back, and watch. His ears twitch, his nose quivers, and suddenly he's transformed from house pet to hunter prowling the invisible trail only he can see. To us, it's a silly game. To him, it's destiny. Dogs were born to track, to seek to solve the mysteries hidden in the air. A study from the Norwegian School of Veterinary Science found that scent-based games not only sharpen a dog's cognitive function, but also reduce signs of anxiety and destructive behavior. In other words, every sniff is a puzzle piece, every discovery a victory that rewires his brain for calm and confidence. Think of it as giving him a treasure map only his nose can read. The room becomes a forest, the couch, a cave, the hallway, a canyon echoing with unseen clues. And when he finds that hidden biscuit tail thrashing like a drumbeat, what you see isn't just excitement, it's triumph. But here's the catch. If you never offer these challenges, his instincts don't disappear, they turn inward, gnawing on furniture, digging at doors, searching for stimulation you never gave. Games aren't a luxury. They're survival in disguise. And yet, even as the hunter in him thrives, there's another side that longs for something slower, softer, the soothing rhythm of touch, a ritual that turns care into comfort. Number 10. Being brushed and groomed. At first, the brush looks ordinary. Plastic teeth, wooden handle, nothing magical. But place it on your dog's back and watch what happens. His eyes soften, his body leans, his tail sways slow like a pendulum. This isn't grooming. To him, it's ritual. It's touch transformed into trust. Scientists at the University of Tokyo discovered that gentle grooming increases levels of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both dogs and humans. That means when you run the brush through his coat, you're not just removing loose fur, you're weaving invisible threads between your heart and his. It's a spa, a massage, a lullaby sung through bristles. Every stroke tells him you are safe, you are cared for, you belong. And as knots untangle from his fur, the knots in his spirit loosen too. Even the sound, the scratch of bristles, the soft rustle of hair is music that calms. But skip this, and you miss a chance to turn maintenance into magic. Neglect the coat, and mats form, skin itches, restlessness grows. What could have been bonding becomes burden. So the next time you hold that brush, don't rush. Linger. Feel the rise and fall of his breath, the silent gratitude in his eyes. Because sometimes love isn't loud. It hums quietly through every careful stroke. And when the brush is set aside, don't think the ritual is over. Because there's another lesson he's waiting for, one that challenges his mind, stretches his patience, and proves that learning itself can be joy. Number 11. Learning new tricks and training. Hand out a treat and your dog will wag. But give him a challenge, sit, stay, spin, and watch his whole being ignite. His ears perk like antennas, his eyes sharpen, and suddenly he's not just waiting for food. He's working, thinking, solving. To him, training isn't a chore. It's a puzzle that makes him feel alive. A study from the University of Vienna found that dogs engaged in regular learning tasks showed higher levels of dopamine, the same brain chemical that fuels human motivation. That means every command mastered is more than obedience. It's a rush of joy, a spark of pride. Imagine how you feel finishing a crossword or solving a riddle. For him, that's what rollover feels like. Each lesson is a bridge. When he nails the trick and your hand opens with praise, he learns more than the cue. He learns that you and he are in sync, moving as one. The dance between your words and his actions becomes a private language only the two of you share. But ignore his mind, and boredom creeps in. A brain unchallenged grows restless, mischief takes root, and the spark in his eyes dims. Dogs don't just crave affection, they crave purpose. And once his mind has worked, his heart asks for something else. Not commands, not puzzles, but a journey shared in adventure that stretches beyond the backyard fence. Number 12. Going on adventures with you. Step outside the usual path and watch your dog transform. A new trail, a different park, even just a street you've never walked before, suddenly his nose is alive. His paws prance lighter. His whole body hums with electricity. To him, adventure isn't distance, it's discovery. Science proves it too. Researchers at the University of Arizona found that dogs who engaged in novel activities with their owners showed stronger attachment scores and higher oxytocin levels, the very hormone that deepens bonds. In plain words, every adventure you share doesn't just entertain him, it stitches you closer together. Think of it as writing a story with 4 paws beside you. The crunch of leaves underfoot, the smell of rain-soaked earth, the way he glances back to check if you're still there, each moment is a line in a book of loyalty only he and you will ever read. And when he collapses happily at your feet afterward, mud on his fur tongue lolling, it isn't just fatigue. It's proof that joy shared is joy multiplied. But here's what most people miss: adventures don't have to be grand. For your dog, even a 5-minute detour can feel like climbing Everest, as long as you're climbing it together. And when the world quiets after the journey, and both of you return home, there's another kind of happiness he craves. Not in the wild, but in the stillness where simply sitting by your side becomes the greatest adventure of all. Number 13. Quiet time together. Not every moment of love is loud. Sometimes it's the silence that speaks the deepest. Picture your dog curled against your leg. No ball, no toy, no treat in sight, just the steady rhythm of breath, his body melting into yours, like he's surrendering to the safest place on earth. To us, it feels ordinary. To him, it's sacred. A study from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna showed that when dogs rested quietly near their owners, their heart rates actually synchronized, beating in gentle harmony, as if 2 bodies had agreed to share one rhythm. That's not just science. That's devotion written in biology. Think of it as the pause between songs, the quiet chapter in a book, the exhale after a storm. In these still moments, your dog is telling you, "I don't need anything else. You're enough." And that's a truth many owners overlook, believing stimulation is everything, when sometimes the greatest gift is stillness. But here's the secret. This silence isn't emptiness, it's fuel. It recharges him, steadies him, prepares him for the next day's noise. Miss it, and you miss the quiet language of loyalty that no bark or wag can capture. And yet, there's one more thing bigger than treats, louder than play, deeper than silence itself. Something every dog longs for, but only a few ever truly receive the feeling of being completely understood. Number 14. Feeling understood by their human. Every wag, every sigh, every sideways glance, it's a language without words. And your dog has been speaking it to you all along, hoping you'd notice. The tilt of the head, the paw on your knee, the sudden stillness when your voice cracks. These aren't random. They're confessions whispered in silence. Scientists at Eötvös-Loránd University in Hungary discovered that dogs can distinguish emotional tones in human speech, reacting differently to joy, anger, or sadness. But here's the part few realize: they crave the same in return. When you read their signals, the yawn that hides stress, the lick that masks unease, you're not just decoding behavior. You're answering their plea to be seen. Think of it like translation. Imagine speaking a foreign language your whole life, and finally finding someone who understands you, without an interpreter. That relief, that connection, that's what your dog feels when you truly get him. It's love without confusion, loyalty without doubt. Miss this, and you miss the essence of the bond. He doesn't only want your pats, your games, your food. He wants your recognition proof that his voice, though voiceless, matters. And when you give him that, when you see beyond the bark, beyond the wag, you don't just make him happy. You give him something rarer, the peace of knowing he's not just your pet. He's your partner, your mirror, your family. So maybe the greatest secret isn't what dogs love more than petting. It's this: they love being understood more than anything else in the world. So now, you know your dog's happiness isn't just in the pats you give. It's in the scents. He chases the games. He plays the quiet spaces where he feels safe, and the unspoken moments where he knows you truly understand him. Every wag, every glance, every breath beside you, it all adds up to one truth: you are his whole world. And when you meet him in that world, through play, through trust, through recognition, you give him more than joy. You give him a life worth living. If even one of these 14 secrets made you look at your dog differently, then you've already taken the first step to deepening the bond you share. Don't stop here, because there are countless more hidden truths about dogs waiting to be uncovered. So if you love your dog the way he loves you, hit that subscribe button, join our community of dog lovers, and let's keep walking this journey together, one story, one secret, and one wagging tail at a time.